Hey, what's going on? I really want to come up with a more entertaining way to come in. Like
Hey.
maybe,
Hey, what's going on isn't entertaining?
anyway, as cool as that was for me
That's
to do.
pretty cool.
We wanted to come on here. We talked about this a little bit on kind of the Instagram this morning, but we've seen a lot of ways that colleges are, just little things colleges are doing on their social media. And it's just some stuff that we see and really kind of resonates deep with us and others that kind of find and are looking through those social media pages. So I wanted to talk about a couple of them. They're very simple things, but great ways to kind of make more use of those platforms.
Yeah, I think a lot of colleges are doing a pretty good job, but sometimes we'll see like a lot of memes posted, just like posters, just things basically to kind of keep it busy, keep it active.
It seems kind of like people they heard the content is king mantra, and they just thought, okay, stuff that's relative to higher ed.
It makes me think about there's a quote, I don't know who said it, but
Me.
Probably you.
I'll
It's probably you. But they said it's don't mistake activity for progress. And that's kind of, sometimes we can get stuck in what we're doing. It's like, well, I posted 5 times this week.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what is the purpose for posting? Then what would you say the purpose is?
Yeah. So I think in higher education, in that industry and world, the reason that you should be posting anything, or the majority of things you should be posting, should be kind of an effort to build up and talk about your students. And I think that can look like a lot of things, an achievement or just kind of a behind-the-scenes shot of what training looks like and what a specific program looks like. But kind of the reasoning behind that is it in an incredible way communicates kind of who the school really is and what matters to them. And that should always be the students, but a lot of times if you stumble upon a school social media, it feels like they're there because they love their staff, and that's it. And that's fine.
Yeah.
You can love your staff, and you should, but the social media should radiate, we're here for our students.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, and the other reason would be to get information out there. We're in Tennessee, and the Hurricane Michael has been coming up through, and to look at a lot of the schools in northwestern Florida and Georgia, they're using social media really well to get the word out, let people know that things are closed or when they're opening, and even like open houses or events that are going on, just making sure that stuff gets shared. So
and there's the actual event tool on Facebook you can use for open houses or whatever the event may be. That's a great way to kind of help make that an engaging way. You can talk with students about it. If they have questions, they can put that on that thread. And kind of a great little feature that is probably underutilized.
Yeah. So what are some ways, like you look at these a lot, what are some ways that you're seeing colleges kill it?
Like specific examples?
Yeah.
One thing that I love...
Itches. Sorry.
One thing that I love seeing, and I think some schools do a really good job of this, but like we said, the student-focused thing is big, but more than just kind of talking about your students, showing them is huge, because we always have the idea of, writing, like text is good, pictures are better, video is best, and if you can get pictures or video of your students out there, that kind of stuff clicks so well. And like I said, even if it's as simple as getting them, working on, they're running a scenario in a medical assisting program that may seem mundane and boring to you, but someone on the outside looking in or a prospective student, that's really cool to see. And if the school is promoting that, saying, look at the student, how awesome, like that speaks deep to me because I want to go where they care about me and the things that I'm doing. And that's the biggest one that I think sticks out to me.
Yeah, there's one where an officer who was an alumni, like, got a local news story where he saved a duck.
Yeah.
And like using that to promote your alumni and help prospective and current students kind of see themselves in the community, see them in a job. I think it can be really powerful too.
Yeah, I think showing those community ties is another really cool way to to use your social media. I think that's huge.
Yeah. What are some other ways that, like, specifically? I think like a lot of times when schools get specific on different programs, you kind of said this, but they get specific on programs. That's good, because if you're like, there's a party at the college, or here's an event we're doing, that those events are good. But when you're like, here's what it's like to be this program, and what's cool is not only do you get prospective students excited, but you get current students excited, so that it helps with retention and like them sharing with their network, getting their friends, information about what's going on at the school.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing too, we talked about this on, I think we did another one of these where we talked about it, but on kind of the review side of things, this is another function of Facebook. People can review you. A lot of people will either not interact or kind of just shut down any posts they don't like. But using those as a way to interact with your students or alumni or anyone that has something positive or negative to say is another great function of Facebook, and a really cool way to interact with the platform and those who are kind of coming through the school or have a stance on the school. And those can be tough sometimes, but that's a great way that Facebook can be a way to be better or create those stronger ties with those kind of in the community.
Yeah, I think so. With Instagram specifically, one of the cool things I've seen, like you get a lot of boomerangs and stuff like that they're fun, but they're not compelling.
Yeah,
they're probably fun for the person that created it.
I think they're more fun for the person making it.
Yes. But if you use stories to their potential, where instead of just posting a still or even like a quick video of an event, saying, today we had our open house as a slide, and then walk through some specifics that happened, and again, tell that story of the event. Like that's another thing I've seen that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're kind of out of time here. Any other last thoughts?
No, I mean, explore Facebook. There's so many things to be done on there. I think one thing, too, to remember is that we kind of talked about at the beginning, the memes and the kind of getting stuff out for the sake of getting it out. It's a great first step. You're there and you're on Facebook. So don't take that as you're doing it all wrong, you should quit. Yeah. You're there. So now it's just a matter of refining the stuff you're putting out, make it more effective, make it impact people more. But, yeah. I think that's not to say that you should stop doing Facebook if you're posting memes. So,
All right. Well, until next time, thank you.
Cool.